Guys, the Indianapolis Colts won their first preseason game of the season. Game number 2 against the Arizona Cardinals, won 21-13. A little bit more of a defensive battle this time around than the first time. So if you were wanting to see the Colts with a defensive battle, they definitely provided that today. So fantastic work here. We'll go ahead and hop right into a couple things, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Indianapolis Colts, I will say, the main reason why the Colts even gave up 10 of their 13 points to begin with was because the offense put them on that side of the field. Okay, so the defense, they were put in bad positions a couple times. The defense did a really great job in this game. I mean, honestly, this was so much better of a defensive performance than it was in week 1. Way better. So, great job by the defense, first and foremost. Let's go ahead and hop into it, guys. Sam Ehlinger was the team's first quarterback today. Went 4 of 7 for 38 yards. Nothing really spectacular or crazy to look at when it came to Sam Ehlinger. Jason Bean, who had himself quite a bit of a day. 7 of 9 for 94 yards. Did have an interception today. So didn't really love that. Did take a sack for 12 yards. There was a couple bad plays that Jason Bean had in the passing game today, but he did have a couple of decent throws today, which kept the team honest. And then Slavis coming in the fourth quarter, 8 of 11 for 79 yards, QB rating of a 92.6. Did a great job of keeping the ball in the Colts' hands and not turning the ball over. So overall, nothing crazy here from an offensive passing perspective. The Colts actually ran the ball today 10 more times than they passed it, which is actually insane. I mean, I know the Colts are running the football, or one of those teams that likes to run the football, but that's a lot. That's crazy to think about. But obviously, the Colts had the lead for a good chunk of this game. So they were obviously trying to keep the offense of the Cardinals off the field. So let's go ahead and hop into the rushing attack, which a very great performance by the running backs today. 37 carries as a team for 166 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns, 4.5 yards a carry. Let's start with the first one here. Xavier Scott, 11 carries for 55 yards and a touchdown. Fantastic work today. He almost had 2 rushing touchdowns. Xavier Scott had some unbelievably good running today. I mean, insanely awesome to see him performing. Clearly is running back number 5 right now. Stinks that they probably won't keep 5 running backs, but look for the Colts to try to keep Xavier Scott around in case an injury happens. Tyler Goodson also early in the game, 6 carries for 35 yards, also a rushing touchdown. Looked very good early in the game. Fantastic to see Tyler Goodson performing the way that he did, locking down that 4th running back spot. Evan Hall also had 4 carries for 26 yards today. He had some good runs. Sam Ehlinger had a few decent runs. Jason Bean had a rushing touchdown in the end zone. Near the red zone. So, and Jason Bean, that's one of those things where, that part of his game is something that could keep honest for quarterback 3 if something happens. But really awesome there to see him perform like that. Xavier Scott, fantastic to see. Tyler Goodson, fantastic to see. I think it also talks about like how good the run blocking today was. Shifting over to the offensive line, the run blocking was pretty dang good today. It wasn't great at the end of the game, but from quarters 1 through 3, the Colts running was pretty dang good. I mean, the run blocking was really good today. So really awesome to see that. But from the pass blocking perspective, folks, we were saying I hope that a lot of the starting offensive linemen remain healthy this year, because if not, it's going to be scary how bad this offensive line unit is. Gonsalves didn't have a great day pass blocking. Blake Freeland certainly didn't. Josh Sills certainly didn't. Jake Witt certainly didn't. It was not a great day blocking, pass blocking, especially, particularly on the left side again. So, take it as you wish. We don't have great backup depth right now. I know Gonsalves and Bortolini, they're young guys. They're still trying to figure it out. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. But Blake Freeland has been having an extremely bad start to this preseason. Anyways, moving on to receiving. Laquan Treadwell. I'll say this, guys. I don't know if there's a spot available for Laquan Treadwell, but my God, did he make an argument for why he should be. 7 catches today for 72 yards. Everything that went to him, he caught it. Everything that went to him, he caught it. He's the only wide receiver today that had more than 2 receptions. 3 other players only had 2 receptions. That was Derek Slike, Eric Tomlinson, 2 for 24, Derek 2 for 27, Juwan Winfrey 2 for 13. But Treadwell dominated. Everything that got thrown to Treadwell, he caught it and made a big play. I wish that I could say that there was a spot available for him, but I know the Colts are going to try to keep him around, but I don't know. He's had, almost 10 catches for about 100 yards and a touchdown in this preseason. Somebody might come calling. Somebody might come calling and trying to get this guy out of here. Because right now, you have Anthony Gould and Ashton Doolin rounding it out, and you ain't keeping 7 receivers. So unless there's an injury that happens, I don't know what's going to happen here with Treadwell. But I mentioned the guys who had the 2 catches. Jordan Murray had 1 catch today for 30 yards. Tyree Cleveland had a reception for 22 yards. Ward had 1 for 7. Montgomery had 1 for 6. Gould had 1 for 5, in which he fumbled. Definitely going to be preaching ball security whenever he gets reps. And Evan Hall also had 1 catch for 5 yards. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys, for the offensive side of things. Going into the defensive side, defense, again, some great performances today. Alubi, 10 tackles today, by far the tackle leader. Alubi is just a fantastic backup linebacker to have in this system. Really glad to have him. The Colts always find a way to get quality backup linebackers. Nick Cross had himself a great day today. 5 total tackles, a tackle for loss. Had some reps at strong safety today. And Nick Cross, he was everywhere in the early part of this game. He was playing really well. Definitely trying his best to secure that safety spot. No doubt about that. Jannard Avery, 4 tackles today, 1 tackle for a loss. Carlisle had 4. Eric Johnson had a pretty decent day with 4. Isaiah Land, another great day for Land. 3 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 QB hits. Isaiah Land was everywhere today. Isaiah Land, that dude is working himself into this unit. He might be one of the surprise guys to make the back end of this roster, because he has had 7 tackles through the first 2 games, has had at least 1 sack and a couple tackles for loss. Isaiah Land is playing like he really wants that spot, man. Really great work there from Isaiah Land. Adetomiwa had a couple tackles today, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits as well. So great to see Adetomiwa getting a couple of reps early in the game and getting a couple of big ones there as well. Dio Adangbo also had a sack on the day, 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, and a QB hit. So great performances there by a couple of guys there that you really wanted to see. Micah Abraham, only one tackle today. Not much in the way of seeing what we saw from him week one. We clearly didn't see him do much of anything in this one, but that doesn't mean everything. It's just how the game went down. But overall, this was a great game by the Indianapolis Colts. Great to see some of these young guys get some reps and the Colts get a better idea of how to round out the bottom part of their roster. Great thing is, we're going to see the Indianapolis Colts play their starters this next week on Thursday against Cincinnati. How much is still to be determined, but it sounds like it might be a half. So let me know your guys' thoughts on this and how you guys felt about this Colts performance today. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.